Hello, it's Thursday, which means a brand new episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds has dropped. Episode 5, entitled Charades. This one's going to be mixed for a lot of fans, and in this video, I'm going to give you my thoughts on this episode. So, I guess to start off with, did I actually like this episode? Yes, it felt like a slice of life type of episode for Strange New Worlds. Whilst, yes, the premise of what they were telling in this story, where Spock loses his Vulcan half, has been told before in Star Trek Voyager with B'Elanna Torres when they split her human and Klingon side, uh, split them apart. This episode I liked. I definitely liked it. It's a good episode. Um, a lot of cringe. A lot of cringe. I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot of cringy moments throughout this entire episode. But it was, to me, a good episode. It's one that I actually walked in thinking that I was not gonna like this episode, like last week's episode. But I was pleasantly surprised. So the episode basically is the Enterprise is at near Vulcan because they're scanning this moon that used to have this ancient civilization thingamajig. Spock and Chapel go to investigate it on a shuttle. Some shenanigans happens, and Spock wakes up back aboard the Enterprise. But something's strange. He's human. He's no longer Vulcan. The Vulcan genos are gone. He has regular eyebrows, and his ears are not pointed. And that couldn't have come at a worse time, as usual with these slice of life episodes, because guess who's coming to dinner? It's T'Pring's parents, because it's their engagement party, and there's a whole bunch of Vulcan rituals that needs to be done, and wacky scenarios ensue. Like I said, it's very slice of life. Um, but I enjoyed it. Like I said, I enjoyed the episode. I liked seeing Ethan Peck get to stretch his acting prowess as Spock, because they've been towing the line a lot lately with Spock and his emotions. Um, Case in point, the end of season 1 and the beginning of season 2, where he allows himself to feel the rage and go rageful and all that stuff. And it's also a more pivotal point for Spock and Nurse Chapel's relationship, because we do know from the original series that Nurse Chapel still loves Spock. So whilst at the end of this episode it's setting something up between them, we as a viewer who have watched the original series knows it's not going to work. There's going to be something that happens that involves Spock and T'Pring getting back together and getting married or nearly married, um, which then leads into the results the episode Amok Time in season 2. So yeah, whilst they are exploring more of the Spock Chapel relationship, it's not really gonna go well, and my opinion is probably down to Spock. How he's not going to fully understand human relationships, and there's going to be something that drives them apart. I don't know, but overall, I really enjoyed this episode. Um, I thought it was a good one. Not so much of Anson Mount in this episode, which is going to upset quite a few people that I know, because this show is literally centered around Captain Pike, and he hasn't really been in it much this season. We're halfway through this season, and he was barely in episode 1. He was in all of episode 2. He was in the ending for episode 3, and he was in and around episode 4. Um, in quite a bit of episode 4, and then this episode he had a few scenes, not a lot, but a few scenes. One of the things that I liked is in this episode is a callback to Star Trek Enterprise when T'Pol mentions that humans give off a smell and that they have to have like uh, this nasal conjunctor thing put into them so that they can function without that smell because Vulcans have a heightened sense of smell, and Spock brings that up in this episode. Um, but yeah, the cringy moments were definitely him experiencing the motions, eating bacon and whilst cooking with Pike, and drinking with number one, um, Laan, uh, uh, Ortegas, and uh, Uhura. Uh, those I found very, very cringeworthy, and I've struggled to get through that. But yeah, I like this episode. It's not going to be the greatest of the season, but I liked it, and I can see why a lot of people won't like this episode. But that's been my review of episode 5 of Strange New Worlds. I hope you enjoyed, and make sure to subscribe for my weekly Strange New Worlds reviews, which always come out on the Thursday. So I don't know what next week's episode is yet, but my guess is it's either going to be next week or at some point we will have the Lower Decks crossover. Uh, my gut is telling me it's going to be the season finale. I've got that feeling that they're going to make us wait until the season finale. But anyway, let me know what you thought of this episode in the comment section below, and I will see you tomorrow for another Tales from My Backlog, where I'm going to be reviewing The Godfather, which was a first time watch for me. So I'll see you all tomorrow for that review.